So is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, thank you. Just also tell me whether whatever I am writing is visible to you.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So at the outset, let me thank the organizers of this workshop, FDP, and the principal of Government Polytechnic Hingoli for giving me this opportunity. The other day, Pathan sir came to me and asked my time for this. I felt very good that somebody is doing some good things around Nanded in Marathwada region, where people are deprived of all these facilities. So first and foremost, let me thank all of you and congratulate you also on organizing this particular workshop. So just to move ahead, my lecture will be very different and colorful. This is one dome in our institute. By the way, this is our administration building, which we call as admin building. And what we do is normally illuminate this building like this when there is some big program like alumni meet or some gathering, something like this, right? So the topic which was given to me was ecosystem development, but I have taken liberty of the presenter and changed the topic to something different: employment, entrepreneurship, and institute, like that. So that what I will try to do is basically link the employment and entrepreneurship development hand in hand. Please forgive me for that. Please pardon me for that. So I have taken the liberty of the speaker just to uh, change the topic at least. But the essence will remain same, which is the ecosystem development. So these are the contents. I will begin with a small talk on what are the COVID-19 impact or challenges, and then I will straight away go to how to become an entrepreneur. But as you can see, I have just strike down become an entrepreneur part, and I have written there get placement, right? So why I have done this, I will tell you sometime later. Uh, then what should or what does or should an engineer do in brief? The first step, this first step is very crucial. Please give attention to the first step towards all this, and then skills required for getting employment. But again, I have strike down that getting employment and becoming entrepreneur. So what I am going to do is basically I am just forcing your thoughts in a little bit different direction. Most of the speakers which you will get will either talk about only entrepreneurship, or if they are getting chance, they will talk about only the placement side or employment side. What I will do is that I will link those two, and this is a slightly different concept. Probably many people may not agree with it, because there will be some discussions where there are some separate skills required to become entrepreneur and separate skills required to get placement. But what I am going to stress here in my lecture is that we are educational institute, so why not to think them in a holistic view. Okay, so this is just a beginning of my how I am linking those two. Then I will just briefly tell you how does brain learn, what are the micro, medium and small scale industries challenges in India. And then finally, obviously, throughout my lecture, I will be talking about ecosystem development, not as a separate slide, but throughout my talk, it will be just the major issue will be ecosystem development. Then how did I try whatever I tried so far in the capacity of Dean Industry Liaison and placement training and placement officer and in charge of innovations, and what is the final impact which we got in the first year of my tenure as innovation in charge itself. and finally a short story to end with. And I know that this talk is divided into two sessions. So please let me know when we should break for lunch. As per the time given, it was 1:30, but you can just tell me when we can break for lunch and when we can resume. So these two talks will be just this is a complete talk, and we can break anywhere. It's not that we should break after certain topic or not. It's a continuous process, right? So this is a small warning about my presentation style. I know that you cannot read each and everything here. The essence will be that there will be many slides, and I do not normally have a presentation which is depending upon the situation, whether it is small number of slides or large number of slides. My habit is I include large number of slides, and these slides I will give to every participant in the PDF format so that they can read at home. If they cannot have attention to one particular slide, they can read at home at own pace, right? But the essence is that I will not be having this kind of thing mostly. In earlier days, if I needed presentation, then you have a laser pointer, right? So if the one slide is stuck there and my laser pointer is stuck at the uh, screen, the screen can burn. So I do not keep my slides like this. And I will also include some of the humor also inside my presentation. So you have to bear with me with whatever style, even if you don't like. You can ignore the things and get the contents whatever you are getting. So to begin with, let's say how the COVID-19 has impacted a lot. Now, why I have included these slides related to COVID-19, because we must understand that although getting entrepreneurship development or getting employment, as I am linking the two, is not an easy task, it has become even more difficult after COVID-19. But instead of saying difficult, let me rephrase myself that it has become more challenging in after COVID-19. So we must understand how the COVID-19 has impacted the placement scenario as well as the scenario of entrepreneurship development or innovation ecosystem development. And that is why I have included a few slides just to make you aware, even though you might have been aware, because last 1 year almost, we are reading a lot, we are discussing a lot about all this. So it is all the more, I mean, maybe repetitive to you, but I have included it in so that you can read it at length later also and discuss it, ruminate over it, right? By the way, you can ask me question in the chat window. That would be easier because I may not hear you all. Probably there will be some bandwidth issues also at your end. So basically, if you can ask some question and if it is appropriate question for that particular discussion, I can answer then and there itself, or we can have question answer session at the end also. So COVID-19 is basically a kind of red light sign in the traffic, and it's a long timer of the red light, right? So earlier there were lockdowns, and then lockdowns were slowly lifted. So it's a very tough time in last 1 year, and students and parents are definitely worried about their future. And as an academicians, this is a faculty development program, so we must be also worried about the future of our students, right? So we must do something, and innovation and creativity will be definitely key for the jobs more than earlier, because in earlier situation, if you get some set of skills, which I will tell you which skills are essentially important, uh, you might land up in getting some job. But this period, the jobs are becoming scarce, and the government is pushing for Make in India and entrepreneurship development program. So if you want to succeed in this tough time, this is 100 years, after 100 years such a calamity came to us. So which are the two things which are most important? It will be innovation and creativity. And rightly, the organizers have chosen this topic of entrepreneurship development, because developing students in this particular uh, thing will be very, very good for not only our institute, not only for the students themselves, parents, but also the entire nation. So this is a very important part, that innovation and creative will be definitely two important things, will be the keys rather for the job for the future. So this time definitely shall be over, just like heavy rains subside. Because and which are the questions? Sometime earlier, I floated a Google form during the lockdown, that what are the questions on the effect of corona. So these are some of the key questions students told me, asked me rather. What will be the scenario of placements after lockdown? Which industry will boom after lockdown? What are the upcoming challenges we are going to face in the IT companies due to corona pandemic? How can campus recruitment process is conducted during such pandemic situation? Does final year student from 2021 batch get more placement chances after COVID situation? I have kept their spelling mistakes as it is, student spelling mistakes. And I tried to answer some of those questions with this particular slide. So I took a session of the interested students, and I told them that wherever there is a change and wherever there is an uncertainty, there is an opportunity. So, what is the opportunity we must understand in whatever challenge we face? So, with this, I started with telling them about the global situation first, because this is not that only India is having certain problem. Without leaning towards one particular party in India, there are parties which just discuss situations only in India, right? So the jobs are reducing, etc., etc. They should, but as an academician, we must tell our students that this situation is not specific to India alone. This is the situation which is happening worldwide. So the global unemployment would be affected. And how many? More than 200 million jobs will be affected. So this was the estimate of last year. Please understand, this was in the lockdown, perfect lockdown. I mean, there was no unlock 1.0 also when I discussed these issues with students. So now in India, what is the unemployment rate? It depended upon the sector, but it was from 5% to 30% more unemployment. Already there was some unemployment, and it is because of this that today we see that GDP is negative, the unemployment rate is highest in 45 years or 50 years. All these things are related to the already recession was happening in the world, and particularly because of COVID, there is a lot of problem. So uncertainty is there in most of the sectors. So slow down in hiring, right? So but the silver lining is on the cloud is that the hiring is not stopped or suspended. So it was not stopped or not suspended. On the contrary, I will tell you, I was a training and placement in charge here, so I can tell you the real situation of an autonomous college like SGGS is that there were around 275 placements before lockdown out of say 450 eligible students, right? So it was getting towards 300 350, and suddenly kind of a big break was there on placements, and students were worried of the 2020 batch itself. So what will happen to them, right? If this break did not come, probably then we would have crossed 350 placements, right? So that batch suffered definitely 220, because everything was locked down. So nobody was coming forward for placements, and somehow it stopped below 300 only. But this year it's already 275 at this moment. So, and it's still almost 2 months to go, 2 or 3 months to go for the entire placements to happen. So it's not that it is stopped or suspended totally, right? So the situation is changed a little bit, but there are some definitely downside. Full-time jobs will reduce, and gig economies will see mainstream adoption. What do you mean by gig economy? That they will be jobs for only a particular period, time-bound period. It's a kind of on project basis. So if I have a big project, I will employ 1,000 employees, and if the project has ended, I will just remove all the 1,000 employees. So this economy is already booming, and if you all of you are related to training and placement and entrepreneurship, then I would advise you to go to different reports, such as reports by CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, and report by Price Watercooper PWG, I think, not Price Watercooper Group, like that, PWG. And there are many agencies, even WHO, not WHO, World UNO also publishes the situation regarding this. So there are many, and you go to AICTE website itself, there are different PDFs. You will find surveys, AICTE CII survey on the placement side, so which will give you key indicators where we should look at, right? So which economies are growing, etc. And if you open these things, you will find that last year itself, or even 4 or 5 years ago also, this gig economy was coming. It was booming rather, right? So it will be now definitely mainstream. The salaries will become unfixed, so there will be no fixed salary. So there will be depending upon their situation. So tough competition is there, and candidate will have to adopt the changes and adapt themselves to face the situation, right? So fitment will qualify and not their qualifications. So whether the candidate is fit to work or not, that's it, without regarding their qualifications, right? So even though you may have good qualification, if you do not fit to their skills, you will not be taken, right? So the value perception will increase. So which are the sectors which will be affected, or which had affected rather, because this was during the lockdown, so I said will be affected. Aviation is the first, travel is the second, hospitality, retail. So all these you have observed yourself, right? And manufacturing also, automotive also, and tourism. All these sectors will be affected, or rather had affected. And we can see that slowly some of the things like manufacturing has picked up after unlock 1.0 itself. Hospitality is picking up now after, say, unlock 3.0. Retail has picked up very quickly. Travel has still not picked up. Aviation is picking up. Automotive, frankly speaking, buying has increased as compared to the year before the corona. You can see that people are going for bullets and bikes and tractors, cars. All those sales have increased, definitely because people have money, right? So it is now picking up, but obviously it was going down earlier also, so it will not pick up that much. Specifically automotive was going down a little bit. Tourism has definitely not picked up yet, but it will pick up very slowly. Then which will be bounce back soon? I mean, they have definitely bounced back. Pharma companies were in boom rather. Nutrition companies were in boom. Banking, FMCG, insurance, e-commerce, oil, paint, infrastructure, and IT companies. IT companies never face many problems, right? So the new ways of working, that new jobs will be created, but they will be different kind of jobs. And since the world has almost rejected China as their one-stop destination, so outside China will see increase in manufacturing. So India should take benefit of it. Why not only in manufacturing, in other things also, India should take benefit, right? So what is the most important is skill development, right? So skilling and e-learning shall emerge, or rather has emerged much faster, right? So fresh graduates will be expected to learn by themselves. And this is very important thing which has changed a lot. That self learning has become very, very important. Self learning has become very important. So we must make our students aware of that companies will have less training budget from now onwards, right? So, or they have already stopped many things for training. They ask students to do certain things themselves by themselves. So self learning has already increased a lot, and it will increase further also as the time progresses. So work from home definitely has increased a lot, right? So in IT sector, but that has given us freedom also. For example, freedom from 9 to 5. You can work at any time, right? So it's an opportunity for those in rural areas who could not join the sector because of various things. For example, ladies or Divyang people or mentally challenged people, claustrophobic people who do not go, or the people who do not like Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, crowded areas, those who do not like these cities, for them this is a best chance. This was the best chance, and they can take benefit out of this. And for this reason itself, the colleges like ours in rural area should take the benefit of this opportunity. So now we can project ourselves as alternative destination, tier 3 cities, tier 2 cities, or even beyond tier 3 cities also. Cities like say Ingoli also can emerge as one of the top destinations for IT related companies, IT sector companies, because you can start a company at home. Government of India has changed their rules so much that a housewife can start own company, like say that BPO, you know, right? Call centers. So you can start a call center at home. Earlier there were a lot of rules about setting up a call center, but now the machinery etc is not needed that much. You can keep all the servers in certain locations, and you can start call center at your home like that. So there are a lot of changes happen. We must be aware of those changes, right? The most important challenge is and was psychological challenge, right? How to come out of it? There is a concept which is called as learned helplessness. So Martin Seligman is one of the researcher from the USA, and he had given an experiments on dog. I will not explain this much, but it was an experiment. You can go to the website. I have also given the link here of the Wikipedia. You can just type in learned helplessness, learned underscore helplessness, and you can find that if you have that kind of psychological fear, fear psychosis rather, then even if there is an opportunity in front of you, you will not grab that opportunity. It's a kind of that if you teach somebody that this is the way, go ahead, सब बर्बाद हो गया, आपको कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला, that person will keep on thinking in that the same way, and even if there is an opportunity, then that person will not grab that opportunity. So this must be overcome after the things, right? So we cannot let this happen, and this fear psychosis, if you want to overcome, then you must get rid of the situation which is mentioned in this experiment of learned helplessness by Martin Seligman. So I will not explain the theory, but again it comes back to the same thing, that if there are challenges, whenever there is a change, whenever there is an uncertainty, there is an opportunity. And in the same way, we must look at it, right? So positive psychology is very important, and the compulsive pessimist is not good, but the cautious optimistic is also sometimes. So all these things you will get to know in that Martin Seligman's theory. And in general, there are other questions which students asked me during the pandemic related to psychology. How should I overcome depression, failure, etc., etc. I will not go in each of them, but I asked them or recommended them this course on Coursera, because that time Coursera gave free courses to our students, and many students took benefit of these free courses. But I recommend that you take this course, even if it is paid course right now. Course on positive psychology by Barbara Fredrickson, who is now taking the research of Martin Seligman ahead. So if you just have positive psychology in Coursera, then you will get. And she has explained how to increase the positivity ratio, etc., by prioritizing positivity benefits and all this. I think this course should be made mandatory to all, but in India, all the things are not in my hands. But that in the new National Education Policy, NEP 2020, already some of the things which are mentioned in this course have taken inroads. There is a very good quote by one of our alumnus, Nitin Bandekar, who is our 1994 alumnus. He calls himself as a Nitin's law. Everybody is aware of Newton's law, right? Newton's first law. An object at rest stays at rest, and object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. So what he has done, he has modified the law as Nitin's law, just funnily, not Nitin's law as such. But any system at rest stays at rest. Any system at rest stays at rest, and a system in motion stays in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted or challenged by highly restrained minds. By highly restrained minds. So it's very important to understand, to come together, to make efforts in this direction, to have this ecosystem development. And after Corona, it is mandatory upon us to work in this direction, because as I told you, the situation about the jobs has become slightly difficult, but there will be sunshine soon, and we must make students ready for the new situation of uncertainty. And finally, the tracking the impact is also important, because whatever steps we take, we must also track all those things. Online meetings, trainings, follow-up would be the norm as we are meeting together. Otherwise, I would have said no to come to Hingoli, and you would have also said no to come to Hingoli. I'm sorry, Hingoli people, but that was the case earlier, right? So online FDPs are now norm, because AICTE is giving 3 back-to-back weeks to FDP. One of the most important things is to keep a morale and maintain positive attitude of all of us, specifically students and parents. The progress of the nation definitely depends on how much the youth contributes, and therefore we must be. Sorry for this. It will come out once, and I will just start it again. I pressed the wrong key. We should utilize our global connect through alumni and other contacts, organizations, and group in this endeavor. And we must keep the society in focus while doing innovation, because what we also tried many times, it is not that attractive, I should say. But we should keep our society in focus. And I will tell you what experiments we did in last 2.5 years or so, out of which one or 3.5 years, and what we did, how we progress, etc., etc. But we tried to keep the society in focus, but every time we did not succeed. But at least that we must do. So the question which comes in the minds of student, probably, if we can put this thought in their mind, is how to become an entrepreneur, right? But as I told you, even before this is not a good question initially to begin with, because my thought is something different. I have worked in this area last 2.5 years almost. So you cannot just you cannot just have this seed of thought in the student how to become an entrepreneur. We must also make the aware that which comes first, right? Chicken or egg? This was the question. The same question I had in my mind when I took the job as industry liaison dean and training and placement officer and innovation together. So it was a triangle which nobody ever thought. Many very few people might have thought that one person, if it handles these three things: training and placement plus industry connect plus innovation related activities, seemingly different but actually connected activities, and that's made my thinking rich in this regard. So which came first, basically, entrepreneurship or employment, right? So definitely answer is difficult. So this is a catch 22 situation. Now let's start from this particular thing, right? Student want to become an entrepreneur, right? And let us say it has become entrepreneur, and that student wants to employ someone who can realize his or her dream, because he or she cannot do the things by himself. So he must employ somebody, because after starting an industry, I must employ somebody. So he conducts the interviews, either now online, but in earlier case it was campus interviews, right? And what he tries to, pardon me ladies, but because I am male dominated thoughts in my mind, I will say he. Sometimes I will say he's, her, he, she, like that, but most of the times he will come because of the mind, right? So he will say that he will try to get good students, right? So let me just put a highlighter over the good students. Tries to get good students, right? Which good students? So good students always want to experiment, isn't it? Good student always want to experiment, because the student who is dull, who wants to just follow the orders, why should you employ them? Because if you employ some student who is good in experimenting, he will have certain creativity, he will have certain innovation in his mind, and therefore you will employ him. Think from the point of view of sorry for that, from the point of view of employer, right? So assume yourself as employer, you have come to your institute and you will try to get placements for the students. So which placement you will get? You will try to get good students. Good means what? Good means who are having certain X factor in them. They have certain X factor, they have something extra, they have some good things over the rest of the things, right? So there is a normal distribution, and you will try to pick up the students who are from, say, okay, let me just draw a normal distribution curve here itself. So there is some mean here, right? And then there is some standard deviation. So what you, as an employer, you will try to pick up students who are in this range, or at least in this range. Why should you get students in this range, right? So who do not want to experiment, who are not creative, who just comes to the company just to get the salary 10 to 5. He is not ready to stay up to 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock if the situation demands, right? And these are the students who want to become normally an entrepreneur, because they have something in their mind. So this is a kind of catch-22 situation, that if you become an entrepreneur, you go to institute, you want to get students employed in your company, which students you will want to focus on? Good students. So good students, then what they will do? They are already experimenting, so they might become again. So I request everybody to mute themselves, because I do not have a control of muting all. Okay. So with this situation in the mind, which comes first, chicken or egg? Right? So chicken or egg, whether employer will come first, or whether student who will get employment will come first. So they are such a closely interrelated. So that's why I thought the question should not be how to become an entrepreneur, but how to get placement. Let's see which are the skills required to get placement first. And These skills are must, in my opinion, in anyone who tries to become an entrepreneur also. Because if you come to employ yourself, will you employ yourself? This is the most important question. That if I am employing myself, am I having skills related to my job, and which skills I must have? Not technical skills I am talking about, not mostly technical skills. What are the non-technical skills which are which I must have in myself to employ myself, right? So because there are very few people who are just investors, right? So those investors are not working for the company, they are just investing in the company and they get benefit out of the profits. But if I am becoming an entrepreneur where I want to work in my company, whether I will employ myself, although I am owner of that company, but can I become CEO of my company? Can I become technical director of my company? Can I become say certain marketing in charge of my company? So do I have skills related to that, right? So that is why I started with this linking between the two, that instead of thinking first how to become an entrepreneur, we must also think how to get a good placement, how to get a placement first. So some of the qualities which are needed to get good placements, in my opinion, are must in the entrepreneurship also. So with this thought in mind, I tried to connect all these two, and I tried to develop some of the things in the students who were working in innovation laboratory and all that. I will tell that sometime later, maybe after lunch. With a very quick overview, mostly, I mean, everybody knows how to get placement. I know it because, but this will help also all those who are working in at least training and placement department or related to training and placement activities, which are the skills needed. I have done some research. So any student, what he or she is thinking, I want to get selected in your prestigious organization. Say, what is the opening statement of you? So first question normally is introduce about yourself in any interview, right? So I want to get selected in your prestigious organization. But for that, how, right? So what does an engineer do basically? I am considering polytechnic diploma students as engineers also, because nowadays there is a boom of diploma students. Slightly lower paid job, but there is a boom in diploma students. Even some of the branches you might be knowing, I should not reiterate, but electrical, mechanical, civil, all these. Electrical diploma gets more jobs than electrical degree. That's a situation right now. Okay. So what does engineer do? Engineer is ingenious way of clever new ideas and good at inventing things to devise or construct things, right? So has a knack of basically solving real world problems. So that is what is engineer should do. That is what is the placement should look at. So solving of real world problems, right? So engineers should anticipate needs. Engineers should create opportunities for further development or prosperity. Engineers should exercise design creativity and inventiveness with keen understanding of economical, ethical, social, and ecological constraints. It's a big task, please understand, right? A modern engineer should not be a nerd, just a computer or a math wizard, which IQ level of 140 or 120, and he or she should not be isolated from his or her surroundings, inhabiting in ivory towers. Just I will sit in a AC computer room and get a good salary, right? He should not be self-interested. What does it mean? He is not self-interested, that he or she should not think about only himself or herself. And that is where the society is coming into picture. So we must have the understanding of economical, ethical, social, ecological constraints in an engineer. Now just tell me whether an entrepreneur also should not have these things. Definitely, right? So whether an entrepreneur is an engineer or not, we are talking about specifically developing an ecosystem in engineering and polytechnic colleges. So I will cover, I mean, I will consider both of them engineering colleges, right? So in engineering colleges, so we must have students with this knack in the minds. We must be sensitive to economical aspects, ethical aspects, social aspects, and ecological aspects also. And that is what is generally seen by most of the companies who will give you good placements. I'll come to that later also. So we must make our students aware of all these things, right? And how we can do this, I will also tell you the ways, right? How to do this. If I do not tell, please remind me through the chat window later. Okay. By the way, organizers, is almost 1:30. So if any of the organizer is listening to me, just tell me when we should have a break for lunch.
Yes, yes, sir, it is fine with your presentation. Maybe we can have extend your presentation for 10 more minutes and we'll break then.
Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah. I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So a modern engineer must interact with others. So he or she should not be just sitting alone in ivory tower. I mean, just a kind of say aloof from the society. Must be a team player. Must be a leader. Must be responsible for actions impacting the society and environment. Must be a seasoned communicator. And as again I have told you, frankly speaking, this presentation was already built in pieces, bits and pieces. So whatever things I told to my students, whatever things I discussed with our administrators, director, deans, heads, and to other people also, it was a kind of disjoint presentation, which I combined them, but the thoughts were in my mind from last 2.5 years. And as you can see, the interlinking of the thoughts is in such a way that some of the words are repetitive, like communication, like team leader, team player, like society, like environment, like ready to learn. So these are the aspects which will come again and again throughout the presentation, my presentation today, in developing the ecosystem, the complete ecosystem. Just don't mean, please let me be blunt, it just doesn't mean creating an innovation lab and creating some other things, bringing 3D printer and just participating in a certain kind of event. It doesn't mean creating an ecosystem. Creating an ecosystem starts with the playing with the minds of students and minds of the faculty. It's a mind game basically, and that's why uh, before going into the mind, I hope some of you are movie buffs here. I recommend movies to my students. I'm a different kind of I'm a personal person where I recommend watching movies also. But let me be very frank here also, those movies are not because I get some commission from the producers or distributors, but from different aspect of the movies, right? So please again remind me later about which movie I ask my students, first year students, to watch this semester, okay? And what I am doing out of it, just you can note down somewhere and ask me this question later. But for you, I recommend one movie right now because it came to my mind, is Inception. Inception. It's a Hollywood movie by Leonardo DiCaprio. I think hero is Leonardo DiCaprio, and this is going into the dreams of the minds of human beings. And I will also tell you that recently, last week itself, there was an article where scientists succeeded in interacting a human being who was in dreams. You can just find out this in the news, right? So why this I am specifying to you, because this is the mind game. Basically, you have to go into the minds of the people, and that's why the positive psychology is very important for you first, and then students, and then parents. Parent psychology is also very important. Okay, so what are the important skills required? Those who will succeed in the 21st century are those who can unlearn, learn, relearn again and again. This is a statement by Alvin Toffler. And learning to learn is the single most crucial skill. Believe me, these two things were separate when I discussed this with some of the students and some of the faculty members. But the linking is same, right? Learning how to learn is the single most crucial skill which is required nowadays. So important skills required, they are almost same: independent learning, interdependent learning, lifelong learning. So the key word here is self-learning, problem solving, critical thinking, creative thinking, group skills, interpersonal skills, team skills, communication skills, assessment and self-assessment skills. How to assess yourself and how to assess others. Then integration of disciplinary knowledge and global thinking skills. So these skills are also required, and the most important skill, I should say right now, is the change management skills. Why change management skills? Because anything can happen anytime, anywhere, and we must be ready to face the challenge of this change management, right? So I will talk about change management again sometime later with an example. So these are the important skills which are required for getting placement nowadays. So these are also skills required to become an entrepreneur. Why should you not think in this direction? Tell me one skill here which is not required for an entrepreneur. You will not find anything. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, all of the skills in some kind of, say, weighted averages must be there in entrepreneurship, right? So that is why I linked my thoughts in that direction. And in all this, learning means what? It's not reading something, it's not just mugging up something. Understanding is important. There is a difference between knowing and understanding. So understanding is very important. Normally it is said that jokes are not to be explained. That's why I will not explain this cartoon. But this revolves with three important words in almost every branch. I mean, everybody must have learned what is resistance, what is inductance, and what is capacitance. But this cartoon shows it in such a way, subtle way, that resistance means resisting from something. Inductance means if somebody is doing it, I should do it. And capacitance means just go on adding, right? So then what happens to you if there is a cake in front of you? So this is the cartoon. So earlier, Swami Vivekananda used to say that education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs right there undigested all your life. We must have life enriching, man making, and character building assimilation of the ideas, right? So why is this new, something new? No, now also people tell the same thing, isn't it? So what I thought is that let's make it somewhat different to my students. Obviously, if I want to tell to students that why it is important to take experiences and do something creatively, I hope again some of you are movie buffs here. I like movies a lot. So this is a kind of a screenshot taken from a movie called as The Matrix. It's a series of three movies. It's a Matrix trilogy basically, and this is the background. I know that very few people are Hollywood movie buffs, but one of the main characters of that, this is again one of the screenshots. I will not explain what the movie, and he is the hero. His name is Neo, and I like this movie so much. Is that I also named my dog, pet dog, as Neo, right? So, so this movie I like a lot, and this Neo was having certain thing in his mind, and this person is actually, he's one of the guides, and she is definitely heroine, and who is a Trinity, and you will find that there was one question in the mind of the hero, and the way the person who is guide, friend, philosopher, guide, Mitwa, says to him is free your mind. So this is the message in the movie, that you have to free your mind, and the way they have explained how to free your mind is through an experiment which is called as take a blue pill or take a red pill, right? So there are two pills, which pill you want to take. It's a very dramatic movie, very sci-fi movie, uh, and you can see this movie later. Again, I am again recommending you to watch a movie, and here this is to take a blue pill or take a red pill, something like that. And the Morpheus, the famed philosopher guide, is that he is telling to the Neo that I am trying to free your mind, Neo, but I can show you only the door. You are the one that has to walk through it. So this is a kind of thing. I mean, even if you have a guide or supervisor or a philosopher with you, is basically you have to make the students and even the faculty also to walk through it. So you can show the door, but actually ultimately the student and faculty has to walk through that door to experience these things, right? So these are very good statement, and this is a very funny scene of bending the spoon. I think you must have some interest in watching the movie. And then know thyself, this is Latin phrase which is actually English translation of that is know thyself, खुद को पहचानो, right? खुद को पहचानो. And there is a very famous scene of Cookie. There is another, and then dodging the bullets and etc. Means even this hero can stop all the bullets which are coming to him at a very high speed. Now, how he does it, how in the movie it all happens, that's experience to get it. But the most important thing again here is that know thyself, right? So I think, therefore, I am is the very famous statement by the philosopher by Rene Descartes, right? It first occurred in 1637 in Discourse on the Method, and he changed the words according to I am, therefore I exist. I think, therefore I am. It's a meditation on the first philosophical things, right? So based on that, I gave this particular multiple choice question to my students. This is really, I mean, I gave that if you are sitting in front of an employer, what will you say? Okay, so choose one. I also will end here in 1 minute. That let's say you have sat yourself in front of the employer, which sentence you will say? Whether you will say I think, therefore I am, hence you take me. I am, therefore I think, hence you take me. I am like I am, hence you take me. Or I am like I am, which I am showing, hence you take me. For placements, right? So think over this. We'll stop here, and what we will do is we can take 1 or 2 questions if you want, or directly we can break for lunch. So what should we do, sir?
Thank you, sir. Participants, if there are any questions, you can drop your question in chat box, or you can have one-to-one interaction with our guest.
I think let them think during the lunchtime, and as soon as we assemble after lunchtime, we can have a quick question answer session for 5-10 minutes, and then we can proceed. Is it okay?
Okay, sir, it is fine. Thank you, sir. Your presentation has not been monotonous. It has been very interesting to watch your session. Participants will break here for lunch if there are no questions. Sir, it is 1:45 almost.
Yes.
We'll start our next section at 2:30 if it is fine.
Yes, it is
So
fine.
that everyone will get time. 45 minutes of break will take. We'll break for lunch and we'll meet again with the same link at 2:30.
2:30. Yes, no problem.
We are remain in this link, sir. And
We will be
participants,
using this
you can
link
join.
only. No problem. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.